actually end. Okay, we may actually end at like 7:20. Honestly, it's not much to cover, and yeah. So it's project week. Let me minimize some of this stuff, and we will be building this. The thing I've dropped in the Slack channel. So the difference between this project and the last one y'all did is that I want y'all to build this to look almost exactly like this. The closest y'all can get it to this, the better. Like I literally want every single component on this page on here. Now, not everything has to work, but I definitely want everything on here. So as you can see, it's obviously an e-commerce website. I'm not doing it. I don't want y'all to do the shopping cart, the shopping cart page like y'all did last time. The only thing I want y'all to do is this first page. Now, the shopping cart page is going to come a little bit later, and y'all going to be free to design it however y'all want it to look. But like the reason we're pushing that off till later is because we have to learn something else before we can build this shopping cart page. But from what y'all know already with React, like all of this stuff is doable. Everything here you can build. It's literally just one page. So so basically what I want y'all to do today is to just like analyze this. Think about what kind of data you're gonna need to display all of this stuff. And the reason we're starting off with like thinking about the data is because that's literally how like apps are built. Before like the actual UI is built or like the user interface, the backend builds the data. So you'll have stuff like pictures, names, prices. You'll have different tags. You see that this says new. This one don't have a tag on it. This one says bestseller. So different tags. You even have whether or not this thing is a favorite or not. The other kind of data that they have that's not actually displayed here is all of like the filtering data. Like every item has to have a category, has to have a type. And obviously this is the English here is a little different. I think it's just like England English, or I don't know, don't quote me on that, but even like color is spelled differently here. But everything will have like, I mean, these you're free to make up your own like categories, but I want all of the data to have categories. And you're and just to start off, y'all can just like design it like this, like to look exactly like this. And then once y'all really like start to figure out like what kind of products y'all want to sell, y'all can start to like think of different categories. And one thing I wanted to point, oh, any questions on that before I move on?
We can use like different stock photos and stuff like that for the models and stuff, or is there like a site we can go to that we can get some good model pictures without the backgrounds?
Right.
So
it don't have to be clothes or models. Wherever you can find images, that's fine. Y'all can sell pencils, y'all can sell I don't know, books. So pretty much whatever, as long as you're able to like break it down into different categories, colors, types, whatever. Maybe books can have like, set amount of chapters, like, pricing, stuff like that. So yeah, you can sell whatever you want. Any other questions?
This will all be done in React?
All React. Every single thing will be React. Yeah. So one thing I want y'all to the reason we're doing this because I want y'all to get practice with this, and I want y'all to get practice with this like early. And obviously, we're not going to be doing the code words problems, and we're gonna put a pause on people teaching the class, and I'll just be teaching all of the new concepts. So one thing I wanted y'all to kind of get into the habit of is breaking things down into like small pieces. We've already been doing it, but I want y'all to like get practice with it. And an example of this are these buttons right here. This wish list button and this this your cart button. These two buttons are actually this one too. All three of these buttons are the exact same thing. The only difference is this first one don't have a background color, but they all have a name and they have an icon. So I want y'all to create one React component that does this, that represents just this one button. Maybe pass in some props to give it like a some text and like an icon and a background color. That's how you would build those buttons. Even these obviously are one component. Each of these have an optional tag. You know, we have a tag here, no tag here, and it'll have an optional, you know, whether or not this heart is filled in or not. So that this is one React component. And to be honest, you can even break this down even further. Y'all can break this down into this being a React component, and inside of that component, we have another component right here. And this will just display the name, price, and like this cart button here. However y'all want to design it, just do it that way. A good analogy that I want y'all to follow is like, I think it's called atomic design. If you think about like, and I might mess this all up. If you think about like organisms, right? Every organism is made up of like molecules made up of atoms, atoms like with protons, neutrons, like I might have like screwed that all up, but yeah. You get the point. Like this will be like for example, this whole section would be a component. Inside of that, you can break that down even further. You have another component in here. Inside of this, you can break down even further. We have one component here, and you have one component here. If we look at this this side menu here, this whole thing is one component. Inside of that, you got this one section right here, this category section. And inside of that, we have these small components right here, where it's just displaying these just text by itself. And I want y'all to break it down like to as small of components as possible. And the reason I'm saying that is because I want y'all to get a sense of when it's best to break something down. So by breaking these down to the most smallest component you can think of, you'll get it. You'll start to get experience with, okay, should I even break this component down at all? Like, did it actually help me to break this component down or not? Like things like that. So yeah, that's how I want y'all to create these. And even these buttons can be a component. This button and this button is the same. The only difference is they're different sizes. This one has an icon in it and this one has text inside of it and it's a little bit bigger. This button is the same as the other ones also, just a different color. This looks exactly the same as this. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Like, don't like I want y'all to reuse these components as much as possible. And I want them to be able to change into different types of forms. And to be honest, we can even put all of the buttons into one component, like this, like, and just depending on what kind of props you pass in, it'll change how the button looks. Does that make sense?
So
Yeah.
kind of like you said before, it's like keeping the code dry, you know, since they're repeating the button function on 3-4 different components where you can just call the button function with props on those, you know, within the main app.
Right. Exactly. And even this text right here, this one was, you know, they gave a discount. This one don't have a discount. You know, depending on the props, this will look different. Like the way I'm telling y'all to do this is like how like the pros do it. Like the people that really know what they're doing, they break it down like this. and they break it down to the most minimum like as possible, without being too broken down. I should say. But what I want y'all to do is break literally every single thing down as much as possible. So yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. So today, yeah, y'all can figure out how many people is here. Let me stop sharing. So eight people.
8, including yourself.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is so instead of breaking it up into groups like last time, since this is literally only one page, what I want y'all to spend time doing is, you know, creating a bit bucket, you know, trying to figure out who's going to be the team lead, because the team lead is going to be the only person that's going to present. And I want that, and whether or not this pass or fail, it's the team lead's fault if it does not, like, you know, come to completion. So obviously, Jay, you was the lead last time, so we'll let someone else be a team lead this time around.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, and like I said, don't worry about making these things work. I literally just want to see that y'all can break these components up. We're gonna iterate over this, and we're gonna actually start to make things actually work, make things clickable, you know, make sure, like, you know, the cart starts to get filled up. Like, all of that stuff is going to happen over time, and eventually all of this data is going to be coming back from Python, from like a Python backend. So that's the plan. So yeah, any questions on that?
What about the filter? Are the filters supposed to work the first time around?
No. So nothing works.
Okay.
None of these things work, but I wanted to just be on the page.
Okay.
So like we pretty much build in a HTML version of the page, more or less. I ain't gonna, you know, not exactly, but
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Yep. Minus, I mean, yeah, still some JavaScript, but yeah, exactly. And this will be due, I'm gonna do 3 weeks from now again. So today is September 6th, right here. So it'll be due on the 20. I'm actually gonna do a little bit less than 3 weeks. It's gonna be due on the 25th. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, the 25th is gonna be when you'll present. Okay. So just a, I guess, heads up of how like the rest of the class is going to be. So on Tuesdays, what I'm going to start doing is like giving y'all, like, even after this project, I'm going to start like giving y'all like maybe some assignment, or like something small, like something where I don't have to be here. And the reason I want to do that is because the next class, that's how it's going to go. Like, I'm going to be here, I'm going to be in class Sunday, but not on Tuesday. The class is going to run itself on Tuesday. So since I've never actually tested that before, you all could be like the guinea pigs for this project that I'm trying to, this idea I'm trying to like bring to fruition or whatever. So yeah. So Sundays is going to be, you know, teaching, and I'm gonna try to teach for half the class and then practice the other half the class. And then Tuesdays is just going to be a class run, like a self-running class.
Pretty much a study hall.
Right, study hall. Yeah, exactly. Just study hall. Just time to practice what you learned on Sunday. And this is a concept that I've like done like it's something that's been done before, definitely. I've done it in like college, where like they teach one class and then like the next class you just like study what was taught. So it definitely helps you practice what was taught. So yeah. Okay. All right. So Okay, so one thing I want to point out, I still didn't fix my Zoom account, so it's probably going to cut off in the next like 10 minutes or whatever. Um, I'm gonna leave it to y'all to like finish the rest of the class, and if it do cut off, just like rejoin or whatever. And yeah, if you do have questions, message me on Slack. I'll be here, and I'll be free to jump back on if you do have any like questions at all. But I do want y'all to set up the Bitbucket and choose a team lead and start thinking about what kind of data y'all like, how to structure the data that's coming into the app. So you write
Would
that,
you,
write that all down on Slack. Go ahead.
so I wanted to ask the class, would y'all just like me to set up the Bitbucket? And then do we want to pick a team lead right now? Well, maybe after the recording. Oh, we can do it before. It don't matter. Yeah. Do y'all want to pick a team lead right now? Do y'all want me to set up the Bitbucket?
Yeah. So, yeah, I could take the lead on this one. Unless somebody else wanted to volunteer, but I certainly don't mind.
Let's go, T.
Hey, Isaiah, hey, wasn't there some kind of program or structure format that you were talking about as ways to divvy up the responsibilities throughout the team?
My bad. I was like, somebody, two cars almost hit each other. I'm over here looking at that. What would you say? Go ahead, say it again.
No problem. Didn't you say there was some kind of program or something that could be used that you guys use to
yes,
kind of
yes.
like?
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad you reminded me of that. Okay. So what's it called? So what we're gonna do on Sunday, actually, we're gonna use like something called like a Kanban, where we basically like assign tasks to different people. Actually, no, not Sunday. Let me actually hold on. Let me actually figure this out right now. One moment. Let me do a quick search. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send y'all a link to a Kanban, and let me just share my screen real quick, just so we're all on the same page. Cool. So it's down here. So I'm going to set up a Kanban, and I'm going to send it to everybody. For those who forgot what it looks like, it looks exactly like this. So we're going to have a story section, right? The stories is going to represent each task. For example, one task is going to say create a button. The other task is going to say, where's that PDF at? The other task is going to, one task is going to say create this button. Other task is going to say, create this price label right here, so that you're able to pass in information to make it look different. Like this has like a price reduction. Another task might say, okay, after this button and this label is complete, we'll have a task to create well, actually no, another one to create this top portion here. And then after these three things are created, maybe create a task that says put it all together to make it look like this. And literally, I want y'all to break, like when I send y'all this Kanban, I want y'all to literally break down like these things into the most minimum like task you can think about, because that is exactly how we do it, like on a job. We literally break it down very small. And the reason we break it down very small is because breaking it down small shows some progression, and it gives you this it gives you a sense of progression and a sense of like success or whatever, and it keeps you going when you break down these small tasks like this. So I'm gonna set this up for y'all. So we got stories, right? The story is gonna be every single task that I just explained, or and whatever else y'all can think of. And I want y'all to create these stories. to do. Whenever somebody take a task, you're gonna move it to the to do column, and you're gonna put like your name on it, like this person is assigned to this person or whatever, and that person is gonna do it. Actually, we actually gonna skip this to do column. I'm gonna have stories, and I'm gonna have in progress after that. Whenever it's gonna go from stories to in progress when you're actually working on it, and then you're gonna move it to testing. And whenever you move to testing, I want y'all to like get another group member to test out your code to make sure it does what it is supposed to do. And then after that, we'll move it to the done stage whenever the task is complete. So that and like throughout the whole process, we're gonna keep seeing tickets move like from left to right, from left to right, until everything is moved to done. Sorry, someone's texting me. But yeah, that's how it's gonna go. And I'm gonna send y'all this Kanban. I'm gonna try to send it today. If not today, I'm gonna send it tomorrow. I'm gonna set it up and send it to y'all so y'all can start creating these stories. And on Sunday, yeah, and on Sunday, what we're also gonna do is we're gonna learn how to what's it called it, how to do the Git branches the correct way. The Git branches is gonna be a representation of each story. So I guess from now until Sunday, I guess from the time I give you the Kanban up until Sunday, I want y'all to just keep creating stories. Like it's about to end in 10 minutes. I want y'all to keep creating stories, right? And then on Sunday, we're gonna see an example of like how to create a Git branch with the story. And when this whole project is done, you're gonna see you're gonna be able to look at exactly which branch in like I'm not Git branch, I'm Bitbucket branch. You're gonna be able to see exactly which Bitbucket branch matches which story, because we're gonna have a convention with like a naming convention with each branch. And it's gonna match the story in some kind of way. So that's how we're gonna do it. And it should keep everything organized. And it's going to help everybody not like step on each other's toes too. So, yeah. Any questions?
Okay, so it's kind of like, like almost like an open, like I have a similar thing as a ticketing system, and like I will pull,
Right.
let's just say a ticket, in this case, a story from the queue. And so, somebody might pull the button story from the queue, and I know they're the ones that's working on it. It's in progress under their name. It's kind of how it would work.
Right, exactly.
I have a Zoom account too, and it's unlimited. Do you guys want to just start moving over to that one so we don't have to worry about the family?
Yeah, y'all can definitely do that. And this will be fixed before Sunday, because I'm not making I put up like 4 different videos on for YouTube Sunday. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. And if there's no questions, I'll leave it to y'all to just, have at it from there.
Yeah, I was going to say, if y'all don't want to worry about time limit, I just share my page and whatnot so you guys can get in, and then it'll just be,
Yeah.
y'all, we can just work.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Just drop it in the Slack. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's exactly what it's gonna be. It's gonna be an invitation. So as soon as this break out, then yeah, I'm looking forward to your guidance, Terrence.
See what I can do. I'll do my best.
Yeah, I figured, I figured, man, this would be a little bit easier than what we went through the first time with the Combine thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Everybody knows what they're doing, and it's easier to manage for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna share as soon as we get off this call. I'm gonna share the link to the Zoom, and then I'm gonna start working on a Bitbucket to link everybody up to a Bitbucket account.